Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. This is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're going to talk about Ring of Honor, May 25th, 2023, episode 13. Riccaboni, Coleman, and McGinnis, all on commentary, and holy shit, man. Oh, Tony. Like, I get doing super shows. I get it. But 19 fucking matches? Because I looked at the runtime. And it was like 2 hours and 55 minutes. I was like, what? Oh, come on. No, they had to do what they did like a couple weeks ago where they slapped on a really great Samoa Joe match from back in the day, man. And I was like, this show can't be 2 hours and 55 minutes. Like, you know, but no, it was. And I'm not going to lie. I love this business. But think about that. Like, if I told you, like, hey, go watch this show, but you got 19 matches to go through. 19 in a 3-hour span. And some of these matches were just kind of thrown in. I feel like he was just like, yo, this is a big week. So we need to stuff as much as we can into the Ring of Honor show. No real side of storytelling, except for these interviews here and there, and just shoving matches in just to shove matches in. That probably could have been saved over a span of time. All right? Let's just jump right on into it, man. J.D. Drake versus Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe for the win. But Mark Briscoe's calling out Joe. He's calling out Joe. So soon we will see, hopefully, Samoa Joe versus Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Backstage, we got Matt Sydal, Christopher Daniels interview backstage, because they have a big main event. That's 18 matches away. We have Claudio versus Serpentico. Claudio with the Blackpool Combat Club. They got a big main event this year at Double or Nothing. Claudio for the win. Vert Vixen versus Kiera Hogan. Kiera Hogan for the win. Best part about this was Athena coming out. And Athena like, step up or step out, bitch. And I was like, damn, Kiera. Then Kiera started trash talking. I was like, I don't know. I think Athena got you there. This match was fun. Kyle Fletcher versus AR Fox. Kyle Fletcher for the win. And fucking Coleman at some weird spot where like some point when AR Fox did an awesome spot. Coleman's like, swiper, no swiping. And I'm just like, what? I love that. I love Caprice Coleman, man. He's awesome. Willow Nightingale versus Hyan. Willow Nightingale, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion. Didn't have her championship tonight. I wonder if this was before then. But Willow Nightingale versus Hyan. Willow for the win. And let's see, out of these matches I've just mentioned, J.D. Drake, Mark Briscoe was fun. Claudio was real quick. Vert Vixen, Kiera Hogan was real quick. Kyle Fletcher, AR Fox was a good match. Willow Nightingale, Hyan was okay. This match was fun. The Kingdom versus Ninja Mac and Willie Mac. The Mac Attacks. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. The Kingdom for the win. But I'm excited about this new Mac Attack, if you will. It's these two, like, I remember when they're like, oh, Ninja Mac versus Willie Mac, and then they just paired them up together because they're like, hey, both your last names are Mac. But I can see it. I can see something with them. Mercedes Martinez versus Dream Girl Ellie. Mercedes Martinez for the win. More of Mercedes showing her dominance. The Mac Attack backstage interview. They're just basically stating their claim. Their claim in this business as a team. Ashley Diambos versus Danielle Camella. Ashley for the win. Another point of dominance in this, in the women's division. And these women got some great matches, but like I said, everything was just so stuffed. Like, this next match, don't get me wrong, I love me some Rocky Romero, Titus Alexander versus Rocky Romero, but a match that I didn't feel like was just Like, no, this could have been on the card, but no, it was. It was on the card. Rocky Romero for the win. Like, this match and the Ashley match, and I feel like the Mercedes Martinez match, these 3 matches could have been, like, held off for other weeks because we could have gave a little more time to Marcus Cross, Very Morales, and LSG versus The Righteous and Stu Grayson, because there is some story there. There's some story there with Stu and The Righteous versus, why do I keep saying Righteousness? The Righteous, with Dark Order and everything, Dark Order coming out, and they're like, Stu, what's going on? Stu, what's going on? You know, there's some story there, and and like I said, there's just some matches in here that I'm just like, okay, I get it then. Do I get it though? Shane Taylor versus Tracy Williams. Shane Taylor for the win. Another match that's worthy to be on the card because we have been doing some stuff with the Workhorsemen and Shane Taylor and Tracy Williams and everything like that. Next match, Athena versus Promise Braxton. Athena for the win, but Kiera Hogan comes out. She stepped up and she put Athena's face into the title. She made her kiss the championship. I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. Okay, Kiera Hogan, I see you. Interview backstage, Samoan Joseph, and Zack Saber Jr. Just talking about their main event tonight and everything like that. So, and like I said, there's a point where on this show, like, it was just like, okay, here's another match. Okay, here's another match. Okay, here's another match. And that's where my notes just kind of go off. Dralistico versus Tony Deppen. I love Tony Deppen. I love Dralistico, but Dralistico for the win. I was like, okay. Next match, Sky Blue versus Miranda Alice. Sky Blue for the win, rebuilding her back up to face Athena. But in between all this, Athena backstage throwing a fit. Like, who the fuck are you, Kiera Hogan? Who are you? You know, she's like, I'll take you on next week for the Ring of Honor Women's Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Sorry, notes are all over the place. Then we had Cole Carter's Zach Clayton versus Darius Martin and Action Andretti. Another match that's worthy to be on the card because there's story there. Darius Martin and Action Andretti for the win. Blake Christian versus Nick Camarado. Blake Christian for the win because he's all heart. DeMonte, right? DeMonte versus Trish Adora. DeMonte for the win. All these matches were fine. Like, we started off strong, and then guys went there, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, now to the main event, right? No. Penta versus Slim J. I was like, oh my God. Okay, I got this, right? I got this. And I'm not one to bitch about a lot of pro wrestling, but when you're doing a show, there has to be some, like, flow of some thread of storyline. Like, you know, I felt like Tony found that sweet spot when it was like an hour and 45, maybe an hour, a little less, like that sweet spot for Ring of Honor, telling some stories. This one just felt like, here's a match. And I'm like, all right, Tony, calm the fuck down, Tony. And after Penta beat Slim J, we finally got to the main event. Zack Sabre Jr., Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. And the stipulation for this match was already weird to begin with because the way the Zack Sabre Jr. laid it out. But then they told us early on that whoever pins either Joe or Zack Sabre, they will get an opportunity for that for that television title. So, but guess what? They didn't win. Zack Sabre Jr. and Samoa Joe for the win. But at the end, it was a pretty cool image of Joe and Zack Sabre Jr. holding up the titles, you know, kind of simultaneously. Then Joe kind of looking at like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is my show, god damn it. So, Forbidden Door's just right around the corner. I know we're not building. And that's the weird thing about this is, like, Ring of Honor is not a go-home show for Double or Nothing. And we super packed it like it is, like, going home. But nothing screamed, let's go home. I think we're going to do more of that in Rampage tonight than we did with Ring of Honor. And I'm not trying to bitch about Ring of Honor, but 19 fucking matches. It's a fun time, but it also, too, it's like, okay, especially right when we got right past that Rocky Romero match, and it was like, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. It's just like, okay. But honestly, I give this show a solid, 2 out of 5, just because of the fact that there's too much. That, I love me some pro wrestling, but sometimes there's just too much. And Tony, I feel like you stuffed this baby way more than you should have. So, May 25th edition in the bag, Ring of Honor. If you want to check it out, check it out. The matches I would recommend: Kyle Fletcher, AR Fox, JD Drake versus Mark Briscoe was fun. The Kingdom versus Ninja Mac and Willie Mac was really good. The main event was fun. And the Athena story is probably fun too if you want to watch that. But yeah, there we go. So 2 out of 5 for Ring of Honor, May 25th, 2023. Much love to everybody. Tell me what you thought of the show. Am I bitching just a bitch? Is it too much? Just tell me. Look here, big head boy. You're bitching the bitch. Just enjoy the wrestling, which I'm trying to do. But there's a certain point, a breaking point, every man has, and I had mine tonight. And shout out to Mark. For one half of Aussie Open, they are all elite, but he has to go get surgery. So much love, much respect there. So there we go. Ring of Honor in the bag. Got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch this 3-hour show. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Let's talk pro wrestling here, folks. Then after that, like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast and get yourself that sweet logo created by Penta X and more designs from Katie coming on the way. That's it. That's all. Now. Yeah. I love you. All right? Get the fuck out of here. God. Oh, before you go. Remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Are you